Your fantasy season comes down to one final decision, and it might not be your quarterback or your running back. Championships are often won by the defense you almost ignored. 1 sack. 1 pick six. 1 forgotten streamer. In Week 17, that single move could be the difference between lifting the trophy or watching someone else celebrate. Welcome to NFL SnapWire. Let's lock in the best fantasy defenses and streamers for championship week. It's Week 17, and in most fantasy leagues, this is it, the championship. If you've made it this far, you already know there are no safe plays anymore. Every roster spot matters, and that includes your defense. While your opponent is stressing over flex options, this is where you gain a real edge. Week 17 is loaded with defensive opportunities, and some of the best plays might still be sitting on waivers. Let's break down the top-ranked defenses and the best streaming options that can swing your title matchup. Starting at the top, the Denver Broncos lead the rankings as they face the Kansas City Chiefs. Denver's pressure-heavy defense has been disruptive all season, and even against a strong offense, their sack upside keeps them elite. Right behind them are the New England Patriots against the New York Jets, a matchup fantasy managers love thanks to turnover potential and offensive inconsistency. At number 3, the Detroit Lions take on the Minnesota Vikings. This is where things get interesting. Minnesota may once again be forced to rely on backup quarterback Max Brosmer with J.J. McCarthy dealing with a hand injury. Brosmer is still fresh off a 4-interception nightmare earlier this season, and that alone puts Detroit firmly in play. While the Lions' defense has been shaky lately, they've shown they can clamp down when facing struggling offenses, holding Philadelphia to just 16 points earlier this year. The Los Angeles Rams versus the Falcons and the Green Bay Packers against the Ravens round out the top 5, followed closely by the New York Giants, Pittsburgh Steelers, Tennessee Titans, Los Angeles Chargers, and Houston Texans. Now let's talk streamers, the real championship makers. The Tennessee Titans remain a sneaky but dangerous streaming option against the New Orleans Saints. They showed up in Week 16, allowing just 133 total yards, and now return home to face rookie quarterback Tyler Shaw. Jeffrey Simmons has been a wrecking ball, posting 3.5 sacks over his last 4 games and even forcing a safety. One mistake from a rookie under pressure is all it takes for a defensive touchdown. The Detroit Lions, once again, deserve streaming consideration if Minnesota rolls out a backup quarterback. Detroit thrives on forcing mistakes, and if Brosmer starts, the Lions' upside immediately jumps into championship-winning territory. Finally, don't overlook the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cleveland Browns. History is on Pittsburgh's side. The Steelers haven't allowed 30 points to Cleveland since January 2021, and in their last 3 meetings, they've given up just 9, 14, and 24 points. That most recent 9-point performance screams low-scoring grind, exactly what you want from a fantasy defense in Week 17. Championships aren't always won by stars, they're won by smart decisions. Lock in the right defense, trust the matchups, and give yourself that final edge. If this breakdown helped, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay locked into NFL SnapWire. Good luck in Week 17, and go win that title.